Hi guys, how are you? You alright? So it's that time of the season again, that time of the year where I'll be making loads of videos about different, rumours, this, that and the other. But we have something pretty massive today. Today, there has been rumours, or, it seems like there's a bit of meat behind the rumours, to be fair, that Stuart Donald is set to sell the club. Not entirely, but sell off the lion's share of his stake of the club to a man named Mark Campbell. Now, this is the way the percentages would work of the stakes of the club. So this Mark Campbell, who I'll discuss in a moment, Mark Campbell would get 64% of the club, Stuart Donald would have 20% of the club, Satori would have 10% of the club, and Methven would remain with 6% of the club. Although there is still a chance that Satori will entirely sell his 10% share of the club, which would additionally go to this Mark Campbell, which would give Mark Campbell a 74% share of the club. Now, Mark Campbell, he's a stockbroker from America. No one knows a massive amount about him. My interest, of course, was to try and find out an actual real sort of figure, ballpark figure of how much he is worth. Now, there's been ballpark figures thrown around absolutely everywhere, all over the internet. Some people are saying he's worth 100,000. Some people are saying he's worth 150 million. Now, I've done as much research as humanly possible on this gent. There's not much on him, I'll give you that. But the one consistent I'm finding is that he is worth alone between 1 and 1.5 million. I've spoke to some people, and I've also obviously just done the sort of generic web search on him and checked several different websites, and I'm getting the same sort of ballpark figure of 1 to 1.5 million, which isn't a massive amount. But he does also lead a consortium that is from overseas that could potentially mean that there is millions, and possibly even more than that, away somewhere that could help the club. So it's either whether he's getting backed by this consortium or not. Because for me, Stuart Donald, who, some people have reacted, in mixed ways. A lot of people are quite accepting of it because Stuart Donald and Charlie Methven have been very open and honest that, if there was a certain investment needed or the right investment was there, then they would consider it, or they would go for it at least. And they've been very open and honest about that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But some people have tried to claim that, they're just here for the money and they've just used Sunderland as a bit of a cash grab. I don't think that's true. Otherwise, why would he remain with the club? I think if he was just to make a quick cash grab, he would have sold his entire share of the club and he would have buggered off, because he is going to make a profit on it. But that's just business. Now, for me, if he has or he is going to sell his lion's share of the club to Mark Campbell, I feel like it would only be worth it for the club if Mark Campbell is being backed by his overseas sort of consortium, because he apparently does have this consortium that is incredibly rich, incredibly rich. But him stood alone, from what I can gather, he's not worth very much, probably less than Stuart Donald, which would be a confusing move. I don't see too much how that will benefit the club. But if, like I say, he is going to be with this consortium that he does run or he's a part of, there is potential to a lot of money being spent on the club, which of course isn't always an excellent thing. But I do believe that Stuart Donald is a good judge of character, and if he deems Mark Campbell to be a step in the right direction for the club, or only a positive, then by all means, I'm for it. Just show me the money, Mark. do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not expecting anyone in League One to spend 10 million on this player, 10 million on that player, 10 million on that player, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And in this league, I don't think it will work. But of course, I think Stuart Donald, of course, he's always said, which, if we try and balance it out, Stuart Donald has never hid that he isn't, particularly the richest man in the world. He hasn't come to Sunderland with billions upon billions in the bank. He hasn't. He has always said that he has enough finance to accommodate a winning team in League One and possibly a sort of lower end side in the Championship, or maybe towards the higher end of the Championship. Certainly not the sort of top six end. And he's always said that when it gets to a certain point and he believes that he can't help the club anymore, or as much as he believes he can do or should be able to, he would sell on, or we would look for investors. And he's always been very open and honest about that. But obviously the only thing is, we're still in League One. So does he believe that he can't help us any further and we're only in League One still? Or has he just seen this as an opportunity as, right, okay, we screwed up last season, and we've got this opportunity now to inject some real cash into the club. Let's just absolutely smash League One. This Mark Campbell, he might be coming with a shit ton of money, he might not. But if he is coming with a shit ton of money, then let's just smash League One. So we can look at it two ways, you know what I mean? Either we can try and act all sobby about it and just say, oh no, he's making some money here. Or we could just think, no, actually, he could have found a little bit of a gem here and we could be absolutely shelling cash out here and just steamroll League One. Which, you know, again, you can't guarantee that with money. But hopefully it does come with a bit of money, because we do need some more investment. And if that is the case, then I'm welcome to it. And also joining Mark Campbell is rumoured to be John Park, and he would be appointed as the director of football, which would see Tony Coton leave his role. And Park is someone who's done an excellent job in the past at Celtic. He is someone who unearthed gems like Virgil van Dijk, Wanyama, when no one had heard of him. Just a very successful, scouting wise, and I think that'd be, that'd be brilliant to bring someone like that in. So it all seems very rosy and positive, but again, it is only rumours right now. But for me, I'd be more than welcome to it. Like I say, if he's coming standalone, Mark Campbell, who is only rumoured, and again, it's only rumoured and it's only a little bit of research, but if he is only worth, 1.5 million or what have you, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? I don't fully understand it, although he can bring in people like Park and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't see the attraction. But if he is going to be bringing in that money from overseas, which I'm led to believe is a lot of money, I should say, then, I'm all for it, and it's a positive, and I don't think people should be getting a Stuart Donald's back saying, oh, you just come here to make a bit of money. It's business at the end of the day, and he's not completely leaving if the rumours are true, because it is, all this video could be pointless because it could all just be rumours, but at the end of the day, it's that time of the season where nothing's going on, so I'm going to make a video about anything I like, anything that I can get my hands on. But yeah, it's just quite meaty, it's quite a juicy sort of rumour, that, and there does seem to be a bit of validity behind it. It has been reported on Sky Sports News, which isn't always the most reliable, but it does seem to be that there is some meat to this. So I think that's pretty much covered it. So yeah, I'm more than happy for it. I'm welcome to it, and I'm glad that Stuart Donald is still, if the rumour is true, I'm glad that Stuart Donald is remaining at the club, even if it is just with 20%, because I think he hasn't been given the credit that he does fully deserve, because he's made the club, although, on the pitch, last season ended in a horrible way, a way in which we didn't want, but our club off the pitch is the most healthy it's been in years. In absolute years. The clean-up he has done behind the scenes at the club has been nothing short of outstanding. So we have got such a healthy club right now. Not just financially, everything behind the scenes is so healthy, and he's done an absolute excellent job. He has done, and he's making it so, if there are to be big investments or big investors looking at the club, he's made it so appealing for them to come, because, Ellis Short, we talk about money, he pissed money up the wall, didn't he? He did pump a lot of money into the club, but he pumped it in the wrong areas, he hired the wrong people, he watched the people that he hired, wrongly run the club into the ground whilst he's just throwing money at them, and it comes to, the sort of last straw, final straw, and he just refused to fund us in the end, and that saw us go into League One and drop into League One with a shite bottle job team. But it just shows, money isn't everything. But I'm just hoping that if an investment is coming in, or investors are to come in, then they are football people, and they have the right intentions. Of course, I'm not stupid. I believe that most businessmen or owners are here to make money. Of course they are. They're here to make money. That's the be all and end all of it. You can't accuse businessmen of, oh, you're just here to make money. Of course they are. That's what they're in the business for. That's why they do business. Do you know what I mean? But of course, but I just want them to have the right intentions. Of course, if they're to make money, then fair dues. But just make positive moves whilst you're here. If you know what I mean, for the club, make sure that they actually have a footballing brain, and they have the best interests in the club. Which I'm sure Stuart Donald wouldn't allow someone to come in who doesn't have the best interests of the club. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So what do you think about this whole ownership situation? I have been asked about it over the last week, and I didn't really want to make a video up until a bit more information came out. And it is, at the moment, as I'm recording this, it is all just speculation. Nothing's been confirmed. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you have enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.